So hello everyone, today I will be flying the experimental Darkstar. You might have seen it in Top Gun Maverick. That this plane is capable of reaching Mach 10, which actually it is. So I'll show you something. Say I start somewhere here, alright? I start here near Moscow, alright, and I say I go till here. I will be able to reach in 52 minutes is what it says. 4,358 nautical miles. But say I want to go more further than that. Say I want to land here near San Francisco. I will try. It says 1 hour now, but I think we can do it in much less. It's 5,000 nautical miles. Oh, let's give it a try. Or I think we should just fly over the Arctic. Whatever is proper. Just a second, guys. Let's start the flight now and see till where we can reach. And just I'm not going to obviously fly to the end of the place. I'm just showing that what this is capable of, if it were possible. If this plane actually in the real world existed. Let's go now, hold on. You see it's completely dark, right? Let's take off. So the procedure for this plane is basically I have to first fly very slowly, okay? And then I have to go fast, which I will do.
Charlie Airspace, Experimental Delta, Kilo Sierra.
Now as I've reached the speed, now let's go further, right? any sudden turns, the engines will demo.
Experimental Delta Kilo Sierra contact Moscow Center on 119.5. Good day.
Going to 119.5 experimental Delta Kilo Sierra. Moscow Center, experimental Alpha Sierra Delta Kilo Sierra 16,900 feet.
Experimental Alpha Sierra Delta Kilo Sierra Moscow Center radar contact. Continue.
ADC people sure love to talk a lot. There goes my plane. This might be like my third attempt. What?
Experimental Delta Kilo Sierra, continue for north departure. Experimental Delta Kilo Sierra, leaving right airspace, frequency change approved.
Domodomo Tower, experimental Alpha Sierra, Delta Kilo Sierra frequency change. Moscow approach, experimental Alpha Sierra, Delta Kilo Sierra, is type experimental Darkstar, 2 miles north, Domodomo, 2,800 feet. Request clearance to transition Charlie airspace.
Experimental Alpha Sierra Delta Kilo Sierra Moscow approach. Squawk 2222.
Squawk 2222, experimental Delta Kilo Sierra.
Experimental Delta Kilo Sierra radar contact 5 miles southwest of Uniform Bravo, like 5,800 feet. Cleared through the Charlie airspace. Maintain own navigation.
Cleared through the Charlie airspace, experimental Delta Kilo Sierra.
Experimental Delta Kilo Sierra contact Moscow Center on 119.5. Good day.
Okay, so I will show you a few things in this plane till we reach that particular flight level. So we can see that there is
Moscow Center, experimental
love to
Alpha
talk a
Sierra,
lot.
Delta Kilo Sierra, 9,000 feet.
Alright.
Experimental
Oh,
Alpha Sierra
for
Delta
the...
Kilo Sierra Moscow Center altimeter 30.21 radar contact continue.
Good. So as you can see, there are cameras over here. I can zoom in and I can see what's in, on the ground and stuff. As this is a reconnaissance plane. We're climbing at a good speed. I hope my airspeed is going down. Oh my god. Okay, now I think these are actually not set for day. Now it's set for night.
Sparklow Scare
Right.
263 Heavy, you are 10,300 feet below your assigned altitude. Climb and maintain flight level 360.
Why am I getting the news for other things? Okay, I'm at a good altitude. I think I should go full thrusters now. Alright, so there is a plane over there. Yeah, sweet. And there is an I think it's an Airbus 320. Now we have reached Mach 1 and our speed just keeps on increasing, which is a good thing, to be honest. But we also need to keep on increasing our altitude, but not at an expense of VS, which is 8,000. It has to be somewhere around, say, 6,000, so that our speed also increases. And we reach proper height, which is, I think, 40,000 feet when I read the papers for the plane, physics papers. Okay, so here, physics paper, as in, I saw that in real it can only reach Mach 3.7 something, but in theoretical speed is 10 Mach. So I did some research in ChatGPT now. So first I need to reach 40,000 feet, and right before 40,000, if I am at a speed of Mach 3, which I should be by then, I have to start the scramjet thing and then go straight into the, orbit, something in space, basically. And then we will be going so fast that, as you see, it's night right now, the sun will start to rise.
Aeroflot 284 Heavy, descend and maintain flight level 260.
is going to be turned on. We are going to just go into orbit now. There it is. We have reached. Well, our speed is Mach 7.85. We did reach Mach 9. We can see over there, we can see a little bit of light, blue light. It means there is daylight over there. We are going towards the day side of the world now. It's quite insane, I would say. It's quite fast. We are still on Mach 7.88. Our speed keeps on increasing. There is basically no voice. I cannot hear anything. Right behind the thrusters, I think we are so high up. There is no voice. There is no sound. I'll just increase my volume a bit. No volume. No sound. No sound at all. I can hear the air, sound of the wind, but I don't think it was possible to hear the sound of wind so high up, because the air is extremely thin right now as far as I know. There is a piece of land, I have no clue where I am, and I'm moving at extreme speeds. ESPA. I think I'm over Norway or Finland, I think. Wait. I'm still in Russia, I think. Wait. Where is this? Kajani. Last thing I remember, this is part of Norway. It means I'm going over. Let's see. I don't think the ISO lines would mean anything so high up. So we started in a place where it was extremely dark. It was night. Now plane is so fast that we have almost reached the day side of the planet. It did take me a few attempts to. I think I just saw someone's name down there. Wonder what it was. Anyways, so it took me like 2 to 3 attempts to get this fast and this high up, because in the earlier 2 months I was too low to go Mach 3 and then turn on the scramjet mode. 40,000 was the ideal one. I forgot that, so sorry for that. Speed is still increasing. As far as I remember, the ceiling of altitude this plane can go to is 275,000 feet. So I'm just going over there. Air will be much more thinner then, and I think we can go much more faster then. And yes, one more thing, as you can see, these two were the engines which were on till Mach 3. After that, these one started. So this helped me in subsonic, transonic and supersonic, and these two took me to hypersonic, which I am right now at Mach 9.5. For some reason the plane is trying its best. The plane is trying its best to stop climbing for some reason. I think might be the gravity of the earth, because I don't think winds are affecting me this high up. Let's see, my airspeed is 5,555 knots to be exact, and I have a pressure of, I have no clues where the G is written over here. It shows, okay, Okay, I'm going up, back up again. It can go more 50,000 feet. Going for it. Good. My QS is up to, and it's falling again. My God. Okay. Yeah. Here it is. The G. 1G. And engine is on. Everything is on. 100%. Minus 19 degrees Fahrenheit. Finally, some sound of the engine. cannot believe I'm saying this, but I think I might be closer to my destination. Okay, we can see the landscape down there. I have reached Mach 10. Almost. Almost. Oh shit, I just hit the ceiling. It was a good one, but I have reached my top speed of Mach 9.99. And to be honest, I have no clue where I am, where I'm flying. Just following the GPS, which is here and here on the map. I think I'm somewhere in Canada or over Greenland. I do not know, cannot tell just by looking at it. Wait, I'll try this. Right, the map does not get big, it just gets like this. It's not, I'm not able to track it out. Right, trying, but yeah, now let's see. Alright, just a second. We are somewhere, if I go south I might be able to tell. MV, even if I see an airport or something, I can tell where we are. Yeah, this is Greenland. We are over Greenland. This is Greenland. This airport is in Greenland. Okay, so we are crossing Greenland at brilliant speed, I would say. Good. So we will soon be entering the Canadian airspace. Well, till that time we can just see the scenery, which is I think we are so high that it's not loading. As you can see over here, that circle's moving away and live weather is being loaded over here. is quite amazing that we are actually this high, we are moving this fast. The only thing is the fuel is dropping at a good speed, but if we are this fast and the fuel is dropping this slow, I would say it's quite a good thing, quite fuel efficient, I would say. Okay, so we can see the ground. As you can see here, this zoom elevation is 50,000 feet. We are here and there is the camera. Anyways, so we are sideways. Why are we sideways? The distance is 3,000 nautical miles and you can see it's moving this fast. Like in 1 second we are crossing 2 nautical miles. Fuel low. I think that's hydrogen thing. No. Oh bugger. I don't want to turn it off. I don't want to create any issues, so I'm not doing it. By the way, that's temperature. It's not the fuel. And that's temperature. Okay. EFF. I think I have a lot to learn. Anyways. We have already fallen so much, and my VS is actually going up and down at the same time. The plane is fluctuating a bit. How is the snow down there purple? I think the camera's broken this. Oh, down. No. The camera, I think something wrong. No, now the pictures are good. Anyways, we are going far away from our objective. I think I should take control, go outside and turn left. Or we will end up someplace we have no clue about. Okay, so it is a rule for all planes basically, and one thing people don't know, I'm telling it. If you tilt the plane like this, you see I've started to descend extremely fast, because the more you do this, your stall speed also gets much faster. Anyways, okay, I have to keep turning. I think I have started to go back to my goal. I think this angle is good, so I'm still falling down. Good, but my angle now is proper. That is a good thing, but I think I should keep a little bit like this. Perfect, I think. Yes. Well, let's go back in and explore. Anyways, wherever we are, I don't see any little bit of snow, but I think we have crossed most of Greenland. This is the landing gear, which is no. Good. This angle is the best. Now I will use the correct path. So this has 4 buttons. All is throttle. One is speed brake, which is good, which will actually come in handy. And we are about to land in 2000 seconds, which I think is like 20-30 minutes. Anyways, should not do this. Air data override, I think. Anyways, trim reset. Plane still shaking. Defog this, defog that. And nothing is everything is inoperable. Yeah, it's Beacon lights are off. May I ask, why are my beacon lights off? Nav lights are on, which should be enough. Luckily this works. These works. Not going to touch them. Can be risky. Anyways, the plane is falling. Everything now looks normal. It does not look bluish color going, to the sides. We are at Mach 9.91. Good speed. Good speed. Okay, I think we have reached the Americas. I think so. Hold on. Dear God, we have reached. We have entered North America. Yeah, CYRB? That's in Canada. We have reached North America. It does look quite peaceful from up here, Did the color just change? The speed is decreasing, and I'm in the red part. So Mach 9 is like the ideal and proper. Actually, it's yellow if we go close. Hold on. That's yellow. Okay, these reflections are actually confusing me. That's the sun we see up there, I think. Cannot see anything outside now because we are flying extremely straight. And I think I should turn a bit to the left because the line is going away from me, which is not good. Alright, so a little bit to the left, a little bit more, move, man, please move. Thank you. There is proper. Currently we are here over the Atlantic, I think, or where are we? Have we reached? We have reached. It is not the Atlantic. I think there was something like Hudson Sea or something over there, up in the north. Yeah, we are over land now. I've officially entered proper Canadian airspace. Good. And we can see the ground from here. Engines have lost power. Engines have lost power. Shit. Something happened. Something happened. Engines. Oh. It's on. What? Engine shut down. Engines flame out. We have to land.
Experimental Delta Kilo Sierra, you're leaving my airspace radar.
Now you're speaking.
Squawk 1200.
Okay, I'm trying to start the motors. Okay, do something.
Squawk 1200.
What am I doing? The
Frequency
motors are
change
not going to
approved.
start because the
Experimental
scramjet is
Delta
on.
Kilo Sierra.
Okay, the voice
Edmonton
stopped.
Center Experimental Alpha Sierra Delta Kilo Sierra is type Experimental Darkstar, flight level 2445. Request flight following.
Experimental Alpha Sierra Delta Kilo
The
Sierra
engines have
Edmonton
stalled
Center.
that.
Squawk 1674.
Squawk 1674 Experimental Delta Kilo Sierra.
Experimental Delta Kilo Sierra radar contact, flight level 2445.
Roger, Experimental Delta Kilo Sierra.
I have no clue how to get out of this. I have to wait, I will search something. I'm still quite high. I think I can do it. I'm high up in the air is what I'm saying. I think I might run out of shit. If I run down on Mach 3, the scramjet won't work. Shit. I've fallen. Well, I think I have to do a nosedive now. Let's go. Engines have started, thank God. Alright, I'm moving at the speed that the thing told me, ChatGPT told me to do. Now, after I've reached Mach 3, I can reignite. I can start the scramjet again. Hold on. And I have to stay at 240,000 feet. Stop moving! Still falling. It's starting. Yeah, it's starting. Oh no, it's shot down again! Why? Something's wrong. Come on, build up. PPH. What is PPH? to restart the engines. Should not have happened. Okay, I'll try to start this again. I'll just turn it off and I'll wait for the power levels of whatever. The PHP, what the fuck's PHP? PPH, whatever. I'm trying to learn things here, guys. Trying to learn. Okay, I think there is some sort of a dump. What the fuck's dump? I did not click any dump. Dump. There is no dump. I did not dump. What? CG 24%. Is this something to do with? No, it's not. Nothing to do with this. Scramjet tank. There was no fuel in the scramjet tank, guys. Start now, lad. Come on. Still falling down. How brilliant. It actually works. The button which says inop actually works. I'm only on one engine now. Scramjet is on. Something happened. Something just happened. We are going back into orbit. Those things really worked, eh? It means after Mach 6, this entire thing will become red.
Experimental Delta Kilo Sierra, contact Edmonton Center on 134.2. Good day.
134.2 Experimental Delta Kilo Sierra. Goodbye. Edmonton Center Experimental Alpha Sierra Delta Kilo Sierra Flight Level 2445.
Experimental Alpha Sierra Delta Kilo Sierra Edmonton Center radar contact continue.
Okay, I learned a thing. I'm not going above 260 because that is what I don't think that should be the reason. But still, I'm not pushing it, so I'm trying my VS to just go down and stay at 1000 even if I'm at 275,000 feet. I have no interest in going through all the work or to start the scramjet again. It was good to learn, but I think I should reach the... Have I reached? Okay, now I'm going down. I shouldn't go down. These fluctuations also lead to the engines flaming out. Anyways, I think I have reached almost my destination. Yeah, I haven't. This is still Canada. Anyways, why cannot I see the line? There's the line. The ISO lines will come in handy after some time, but yeah, not now, obviously. I think that dude in there, hold on, I'll zoom in, is wearing a suit. I think I can use the showcase mode to show you that the dude is actually... What the fuck is this? Where am I? Why am I moving in circles? Yeah, that dude is in a space suit. He is wearing a space suit of some sort. You can see, and he's looking at us because we are looking, I think, here. I don't know, I think so, or he's just looking outside. Let's see. See from here, then he looks here. Yeah, he's looking at us. Yeah, he's looking at us. It's cool. The distance is going down so fast. So we started in Moscow. Now we are here in San Francisco. After a few hiccups, yeah, we have reached almost. So when we will be like 100 nautical miles, then I will descend. I will turn on the air brakes and I will descend. And then, yeah, I will have to turn off my scramjet also then. I wonder why my beacon was not working. It's quite odd. Anyways, we were exploring the plane, yeah, before it shut down and we fell out of the sky. Anyways, so this is on. This does not work. This shows the errors. This starts the engine. This is the APU, which is always on. This is the APU, which can. Why is there a start and stop button? Good. More options. Better. Alright. There's the air brakes. This is a throttle. There is nothing, not a single thing over here. Landing gear, parking brake, should be like that. And lights off. Emergency gear extension. Don't want to try that. And I still don't know what this is. This is override, I think, and this is flight central or control, flight control. Okay, why did I say central? Anyways, beacon lights were not working. Now they are. No clue why they were not working. They should be on when you are, like going to fly or something. This is the circuit breaker. Even if it says enough, I don't want to click because for the engine reset also it says enough. See, NA, not enough, NA, and it worked. Mach 9.88. I'm reaching San Francisco at tremendous speed. I think I should take a bit of left. I'm going to merge with my path soon. So little left. There it is. Nah, it's not working. Anyways, it should go straight for the city. Then I will figure it out where the airport is. Because in 2020, I do not know how to. I do know how to set a flight plan, but it has to be manual. And in this plane, I do not know how to do it. There's page selection, which Max Mach profile. This might be good to learn. Alright, so we have to take off. You should have seen this. This is basically a instruction manual. Roll inverted, then 1G pull down. Supersonic S3 transition. S3, okay. Supersonic transition 30k, 20-degree angle down. 1.5 Mach, 2 Mach, 3 Mach, 4 Mach. Here we're back 30,000 feet, I think, 30k. Scramjet, and then go bazook. Density 850. Max Mach run 9.4 Mach, 03G, push to 15 angle. 1000 people up. Stay above 80k. And the decel is okay. I got it. Okay, this is something new. I have no clue what that is. I think that's the moon. Why is the moon looking like that? The moon in this is quite real and quite nice. Well, we will land in San Francisco, and I think we will go towards Japan also soon. Because it's night over there in Japan. Let's see. First, let's reach San Francisco, and then we will see. We'll park somewhere, and then we will go towards the next destination, if possible. Not necessarily I will go to Japan today itself, but if possible, then we might have then covered at least 70% of the globe. Not the circumference of the earth, not the circumference most definitely, because that will take a lot of time. But the northern hemisphere, yeah, we have done that now. How nice. How nice. Mein God. Oh, this basically is the fuel pump, and it says everything. Only if I would have seen this before, we might not have fallen out of the sky. I think I should start this, but not now. Okay, a bit right, bit to the right, and level, and it's still not there. Anyways, bit to the, that's a lot of left. All right, there we are. That's it. Shish. Should have kept this from the beginning. Yeah, that's the moon. Even the moon has risen. Brilliant. We started at night with a starry good sky, no sunlight in view. Then the lights came up here, these blue lights, then the sun, and then now the moon. Good journey. Was able to learn a lot. .500 nautical miles left, and it's increasing, so 500 seconds left. That is okay, 10 minutes maybe less than that. on guys, I'm just going to do something. What I'm trying to do is get rid of the things that we see, which is this the data which says how much fast I'm going and all that. In order to have like a real flying thing, if I'm not able to find it now, then I will just fly the way it is. Anyways, yeah, let's just fly. Let's not waste time. Wonder how and why it does not work. Smart camera, automatic, showcase, mine card. Anyways, okay, someone else is also flying, you can see. I was doing all this just to take a screenshot, by the way. That was a good sound. But whoever that guy is, he's catching up. Sounds good, it sounds brilliant, no doubt. If it says dark, he's flying the same plane. I wonder where he is. Wait, I will just open the map. I think I can see him. He's here somewhere. If he is going down, I wonder where he's going, but my destination is coming up soon. He just disappeared from the radar. I think he was falling or something. Anyways, my destination is almost like in front of me. I now need this and the taxi ribbon. Yeah, there's my destination. I should slow down now, but after some time. I wonder where he went. It would have been nice if we flew together. If this plane was in MSFS 2024, I would have flown it constantly. It would have been the most amazing addition if it was in 2024. Because I play that game a lot and I like that game. It's a brilliant game, too much realism, too much. Everything is correct the way it should be. Why is it showing me things which are on 3000 feet? 10,000 feet, sorry. So I've deployed the air brakes. The air brakes are basically, hold on, I'll show you.
Experimental
These
Delta
things,
Kilo
these are
Sierra,
the air brakes.
contact
They
Oakland
open
Center
up
on
sideways
132.2.
and then the speed goes
Good
down.
day.
This is what it is. Now I have to
132.2
do a
experimental
nice
Delta
nose
Kilo
dive,
Sierra.
or just
Goodbye.
let it fly also.
Oakland Center Experimental Alpha Sierra Delta Kilo Sierra Flight Level 2445.
Experimental Alpha Sierra Delta Kilo Sierra Oakland Center radar contact continue.
You see? Ah, where did the dark? Oh, there he is. Yes, I think that's the same guy. He's trying to climb up. I wonder if someone wrote anything, something on my live stream. I mean, I'll check. I haven't said. Because, well, let's see. I did not expect people to watch
Experimental
this
Delta
late
Kilo
at night.
Sierra contact Oakland Center on 127.8.
It's connecting.
Good day.
Checking it on my phone. I'm also going quite quickly down. I have to land there. You can see 79 nautical miles.
Goodbye. Oakland
No,
Center Experimental
no
Alpha
video.
Sierra
No,
Delta Kilo Sierra
nothing here.
Flight Level 1765.
Experimental
No,
Alpha
no,
Sierra
nothing
Delta
here.
Kilo Sierra Oakland Center radar contact continue.
Someone might have just seen my video and
Experimental Delta Kilo Sierra
now
contact Oakland
think,
Center on
I think, who knows, might be wrong, can be wrong.
Good day.
No, no engines.
119.475
Speed brakes.
Experimental Delta
Let's
Kilo
go.
Sierra. Goodbye. Oakland Center Experimental Alpha Sierra Delta Kilo Sierra
Nose
Flight Level
dive.
1635.
Experimental Alpha Sierra Delta Kilo Sierra Oakland Center radar contact continue.
Yeah, so there is a Eurofighter also down there, but what is the Dark doing? The Dark is basically this. What the? Don't move! Don't move!
Oakland Center Experimental Alpha Sierra Delta Kilo Sierra. Request clearance to transition Bravo airspace.
Experimental Alpha Sierra Delta Kilo Sierra Oakland Center. Clear to the Bravo airspace.
Cleared through Bravo airspace Experimental Delta Kilo Sierra.
Experimental Delta Kilo Sierra contact NorCal approach on 133.905. Good day. Oakland Center Skywest 3814 Heavy is passing 9,900 feet, climbing 15,000 feet. Skywest 3814 Heavy Oakland Center
Well, that person in the Darkstar is trying. I know how many tries it takes. That is too many names. Almost there. Oh shit. That was a very hard touchdown. I will restart, but I will fast forward it 100% obviously, because we cannot start back in Russia. So that will be too hectic, extremely hectic. Alright, fast forward to the finals. Yes, keep time live obviously. Yes, a beautiful scenery. The cities in this game are much more detailed, look really lovely.
Experimental Delta Kilo Sierra, follow the experimental Darkstar on final. Wind calm cleared to land runway 01 right.
Clear to land runway 01 right, experimental Delta Kilo Sierra.
Which Darkstar did it tell me to follow? Now the dude is flying the F-18. did that guy go? F-18. There he is. Okay, let's try one more time. We can do this. Perfect.
Experimental Delta Kilo Sierra contact ground on 121.8. Experimental Delta Kilo Sierra acknowledge last transmission.
Going to 121.8 experimental Delta Kilo Sierra.
Why am I here? Why?
San Francisco ground experimental Alpha Sierra Delta Kilo Sierra ready to taxi straight out departure with Whiskey.
No.
Experimental Alpha Sierra
No.
Delta Kilo Sierra taxi to and hold
No.
short of runway 28 right via taxiway
No, no.
Alpha 1 cross runway 28
Oh, help
right
me
Lima
God.
Charlie.
Stop talking.
Contact tower on 120.5 when ready.
Taxi to and hold short runway 28 right via taxiway Alpha 1 cross runway 28 right Lima Charlie experimental Delta Kilo Sierra.
So okay guys, we have landed after in the second try at San Francisco International Airport. We started from UDTD, I think. Because I think it is in near Moscow somewhere. So started in Russia, and now we are here at the west coast of the United States of America. We have reached from Moscow to San Francisco. Well, initially it took me like 3 tries to get the scramjet working properly. We reached at 275,000 feet, stayed there for a good amount of time, and then the engines flamed out. We fell. I started the engines again, luckily, and then restarted the scramjet again, and we reached San Francisco. Where it took me 2 tries to land the plane. First try, it was a very hard touchdown. Well, we have landed and we have parked, and I think the only thing left is the APU, which now is done. And there goes the APU, there goes the battery. Plane is now properly shut down. So guys, if you like the video, if you like any part of it, please do subscribe, do follow. It really means a lot. Thank you so much for watching, and see you again in the next